I get that cash and I flip it, yeah. I get that cash and I flip it.
So hello to all of my cherry bombs. I'm here with another video for you guys because a ton of people have been requesting to know how I like New York so far, and I am just about to spill all the tea about how I feel about New York to you guys. I'm just about to let you guys know 100% straight up how I feel about it so far. So if you're interested in hearing that, continue to watch this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if I'm a new face to you, and leave a comment down below on your thoughts on living in a bigger city, living in New York, wherever it is that you stay. Please let me know below. All my social media is also linked in the description box down below, and let's get right into this video, you guys. So I moved to New York in March, so I have been here. I'm going on month 4 here, and what I can say honestly is the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I am honestly still undecided whether I'm going to stay here longer or if I ultimately want to go back down south. I really want to go back down south. I mentioned this in my live, but I'm actually just going to touch on this even more here, and I'm just gonna really just off the top of my head try and remember the pros and cons of living here. So I'm going to start off with the cons first, just because I want to end on a positive note. So as for living in New York, so things that I am not liking so far. Transportation takes very long to get around. No matter what you're doing, it takes very long to get around transportation wise. If you GPS something, and also you guys, I mentioned a lot of this in my live, but if you GPS something and it says it's 14 minutes away, 20 minutes away, then on the train and the bus it's gonna be like an hour. It's gonna be anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour away, and 45 is if you're lucky, because most of the time it's an hour. And I'm really tired of it taking an hour to get to places that are a 15-minute drive. And at the same time, yeah, you can just Uber, but those Ubers add up. If you're Ubering all the time, it adds up. That little $5 here, $10 here, $15 there, it adds up. And I'm not about to be spending $100+ on Uber a week, on top of the fact I'm already buying my weekly Metro card, and that's $34 a week. That's $34 a week, y'all. Then they include groceries and whatever else. So I just really tried to save Ubers for when I absolutely need it, and I'm not trying to be out here pretending I'm balling, always catching an Uber. I'm not doing that. So I really try to avoid taking Ubers as much as possible, because the way I see it, if I'm paying $34 for a Metro card, I might as well be using the Metro card. Otherwise, sis, why are you paying almost $40 for a Metro card if you're not going to use it? So it takes very long to do everything, to the point where I find myself tired just thinking about doing things, because I know the process that it takes to do whatever it is going to take so long. Now granted, I also live further out now, so I live in Bay Ridge now. When I first got here, I was in Bed-Stuy. Bed-Stuy was still good. Like when I wanted to get into the city and stuff, it was still a good 40 minutes. If I wanted to get to other parts of Brooklyn, depending on where I wanted to get to, it was 40 minutes to an hour. Getting to East New York from Bed-Stuy, where I was an hour. And it's basically the same now. Like where I stay now in Bay Ridge, the cost of things out here is cheaper, but I am an hour away from everything now. Like I'm an hour away from East New York. I'm an hour away from like Williamsburg, Bushwick area. I'm an hour away from the city. I am an hour and a half away from the Bronx. Like depending on where it is that I need to get to, it just takes long. It just takes long to do everything. And not only does it already take long, but then on the weekends, and I had a rant on Instagram about this because one day I was just over it, on the weekends it takes even longer. So if during the week it takes you an hour to get somewhere, on the weekends it's going to take you an hour and a half. because things be run, the trains be running local, so they stop at every single stop instead of running express. There's just the weekends, getting around on the weekends is hell, and it is just miserable as fuck, because it's like, okay, you go out with your friends, you have a great time, and then all I can think about in my head is, man, I got this long ass commute back home. Not even a ride, I have to commute back home at this point. Like, I am an hour out, you guys. Like, and even when I was in Bed-Stuy, I still was 45 minutes out. And on the weekends, it was an hour as well, because everything takes longer on the weekends. So once you start thinking about that, it's like, oh my god, like, it's just, I don't like trying to do things here. And then also, because of the fact that I didn't bring my car up here, toting stuff around is difficult. When you go grocery shopping, you really have to think about what you can carry in your arms. If you don't consider what you can carry in your arms, you have to either have a cart or something, because it's just, oh god, it's difficult. The buses, I've had instances where the buses will reroute, the trains will reroute in the middle of the ride. I was on the train the other day, in the middle of the ride, the train turns into a different train. Like, it got on the track of a different train. So I think I was on the F train, and it turned into the G and started riding the G line. So it's rerouting your whole trip. So you're just like, what the fuck? And no warning, no nothing. I've had that happen on the bus, where the buses will, most of the buses go where they're supposed to go. The B38 has a mind of its own, and it don't never go where the GPS says it's going to take you. And it will reroute itself so far out of the way that then, instead of the 6-minute walk you were supposed to be taking after you got off the bus, you're walking a whole 20 fucking minutes after you get off the bus. So that reroutes. I had one bus went out of service in the middle of the ride, kicked everybody off the bus. So it be shit like that that makes me, like, I'm so over transportation in New York. Like, I can't even explain it. I'm just so over it. I really miss driving. I miss 20-minute rides. I miss 10-minute rides. I miss when 10 minutes actually meant 10 minutes. I think that's really my biggest con to New York, is transportation and getting around, because outside of that, I don't have a lot of other cons. Like, I can say up here, people don't run AC. A lot of places don't have central AC, so that's been an adjustment because it's getting hot. And I'm used to down south where everybody runs their AC. My mama used to have the crib on like 62 degrees. I'm used to people blasting their AC in the summertime. I'm used to having central AC. I'm used to having laundry in the home. And so now it's just like, those things are a hassle because it's all stuff that I don't have. Grocery shopping, I miss Walmart and Aldi, places where you can get stuff for the low. Out here, the grocery stores are expensive. Like, I tried to do my shopping online with Walmart last night, but the Walmart is in New Jersey, so they weren't fucking with delivering it. And if I want to go get it, it's an hour and a half to go get it. Then I have to tote all that shit an hour and a half back over here. So it's just like, so I tried to do my grocery shopping or whatever, and I'm getting like different seasonings and stuff. That Great Value seasoning, $1.48. Okay, if I go to the store down the street, this same seasoning is going to be almost $4. I went grocery shopping tonight, and the grocery store read me for my motherfucking life. Everything that I would normally get in North Carolina was like double the price. Salty ain't the word. Almond milk, $7 fucking dollars. Chips, $5 for the bag of chips. The tomatoes, mind you, a bitch be out here trying to eat healthy, so I was getting all the healthy shit. The tomatoes, $5 a pound, bruh. Tomatoes. Zucchini, bruh, I paid fucking $4 for 2 zucchinis, dog. What is life? I'm out. Juice, bruh. Juice that I used to get for $1.49, bruh. $5, bruh. I'm out. Kill me, bruh. I'm out. I'm still stuck on the fact that tomatoes was $5 a pound. What kind of tomatoes are these? Queso dip, $5, bruh. Bitch, where the deals at? God damn. Literally shit that I used to get for $1.18. $4.50. What the fuck? I spent 86 fucking dollars on groceries that had I went to Walmart would have been $46. And I know because my finessing ass tried to order this shit off Walmart's grocery site, but as soon as they peeped my address, they said, baby, no ma'am. I would never suggest trying to grocery shop at the bodegas. They're also very expensive because they're privately owned, so they can charge whatever they want. Also, so job wise, it hasn't been hard to get a job. It's been hard to get a job in my field because the makeup scene up here is so very very competitive, and I'm going up against, like, when I'm applying to brands and stuff, then the whole like, oh, where'd you go to school and stuff doesn't matter. But as far as like freelancing and stuff, I'm going up against girls who went to high school here, who went to college here, and they have people that know them already. They have people that know them. They have a clientele that trust them, and it's hard to build a clientele from the ground up. Now, I've done it before. I did that in Charlotte. I am originally from Charlotte, but when I started my makeup business in Charlotte, I had only been back in Charlotte for like 2 years at the time. So I know what it takes to start a business from the ground up as far as gaining clientele. Out here, it's different though, because also in Charlotte, I was in school, I was working at Twin Peaks, I was working nightlife at the time too, so I was working a lot of jobs where I met a lot of people, and I met the demographic of people that I would want to market to, so that was beneficial as well. I was just meeting a lot of females. I could talk to a lot of females, interact with a lot of females who want their makeup done. Up here, I haven't really been in those spaces, so I'm currently working to get back in those spaces. So tomorrow I will be going to a couple nightclubs and turning in my resume to them, because a couple of them are hiring. It's the summertime, so I know they're hiring because it's probably slow right now, but it's better to get on while it's slow so that you can kind of maneuver and get ready for when it picks up. So yeah, as far as working up here, I have not been doing makeup up here, and I'm feeling and itching to get back into it. I miss it so much. Like, makeup is really my passion, so I really thrive off doing it. I'm going to an interview tomorrow. I have a second round interview with a makeup concierge. Like, they do makeup in luxury hotels for like brides and stuff, which is cool. That's not really my style. I can do that style and knock it out, and I can do it bomb, but the whole supernatural, almost not there, nothing is on your face, no colors and stuff, isn't really my vibe. I'm more so like the more dramatic, but I can do both. So I'm really just excited to be able to get back into doing makeup, period. So I'm hoping that goes well. The other thing about jobs and stuff up here has been more so where I've been presented with good job opportunities. They're just not in anything I'm passionate about. So currently I'm bartending up here, and then I also was doing a pop-up. It was a month-long pop-up, and the pop-up has ended, but I'm still bartending, which is also dope. My staff is dope. Like, they're so probably the coolest staff I've worked with in a minute, for real. So that's been awesome, but I'm really itching to get back into my field, and to get back into my field in a position that respects my time and will pay me for my time, because that's been the other thing. I did a couple interviews with some brands up here, and they've been trying to be cheap. Like, outside of, like, you have one, like, there's like, I would say MAC is probably one of the only brands up here that, you know, really pays their people. Like, MAC, I think starting off up here is like, their minimum is $20 an hour. A lot of these other brands, they want to pay you minimum wage. Minimum wage up here is $15, and on top of the fact they want to pay you minimum wage, then they want to give you part-time. Who the fuck is paying bills off a minimum wage part-time job? And then not only do they want to pay you minimum wage and pay you part-time, then they also want your best days, so that it's almost damn near impossible to get a second job on the weekends, because they want all your weekend availability but they don't want to offer you the hours for you to sustain giving them all your weekend availability. If you want to pay me $15 and make me part-time, I'm gonna need you to leave my weekends alone so I can get another job on the weekends, and then you need to have me come in during the week, because you're not about to tell me that you're only giving me $15 an hour for these measly ass part-time high school ass hours, and then I can't get no weekend job because you also want my weekends. Baby, you gotta pick one. Either you're gonna pay me good and give me good hours, and then I won't have to get another job on the weekends, or you're gonna pay me shitty and give me shit hours and leave my weekends the fuck alone so I can get another job on the weekends. Like, time is money, baby. That's been another thing I'm really missing, being in my field. And I didn't come up here to bartending is cool, but I didn't come up here to bartend. So I don't know, it's like I don't feel that sense of like when I was down south, I envisioned, like, I knew what my suite was gonna look like, I knew what my beauty bar was gonna look like, and up here I don't envision myself doing that up here, because I really haven't connected with up here. So that's probably one of the main reasons I want to go back down south, is because I want to do what's going to be best for my business. And ultimately, I don't want to be working for other people. I want to work for myself. I want to be a business owner. I am currently a business owner, but I really want to be able to just do that. Like, I want to make enough money off my business to where I can sustain a lifestyle off just my business, not working for anybody else. Which brings me to another point I addressed in my live, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this, is for all those who have been in my comments under my jobs, like failed job series and stuff, saying, oh, you just need to work for yourself, you need to work for yourself, open your own business. Y'all really been working my nerves, because you comment as if it happens overnight, or you comment as if opening a business and starting a business does not take the funds, as in money, to start a business. So what business am I starting with no job? I mean, I have a job, but it's like, what business am I starting when y'all got comments, oh, well you need to quit and just work for yourself then. Okay, baby, that's cool, but it doesn't happen overnight. You don't just quit a job and then the next day you're making 6 figures working for yourself. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to build clientele, you have to build repertoire, you have to build you have to know the market you're in, you have to find a good location. There's a lot that goes into building a business. You have to have the money to invest in having your own space. It does not happen overnight. So for the people that are like, oh, you just need to work for yourself, of course that's the goal. I don't want to have to work for other people. I want to be able to stand on my own 2 feet doing my business. So just take that into consideration before y'all hit me with this, oh, you need to work for yourself, you need to own your own thing, then you just need to da-da-da. It don't happen overnight. That's what I've been working on, and I'm in a transitional period right now. I don't know where, I don't even know what city I'm about to stay in. The timing is off. I'm working on it, but again, it doesn't happen overnight, and sometimes you have to use the 9-to-5 style jobs to fund your dreams, and that's what I'm doing right now. That is why I keep trying to work for people, because I'm trying to use the money off that to fund what I actually want to do and to make progress in what I actually want to do. So now that all that is out of the way, because I've spent most of my time on cons, I'm sorry, I hope this is not like sounding like a complaining video. I'm just saying this has been my experience in New York. Another thing that I really don't like about up here, and I addressed this in my live as well, is that it is very heavily gentrified. Not that I have a problem with that demographic of people, that's totally cool, but it's just very gentrified to the point where you almost have to search for the culture here. And my whole thing in moving up here from the south was, I was just like, oh my god, it's gonna be so much culture, everybody's gonna mesh together, and oh my god. But it's very segregated up here, and it's just very gentrified. So a lot of the spaces that used to have like a ton of just culture and people just having parties and dancing on the streets and stuff, it's not like that anymore, which is the ideal that I had in my head. And so what I will say is, I also like to put myself in spaces where I see where I feel motivated. And again, I'm going to be motivated regardless, just because at the end of the day I know what my goal is. But it's still nice to see visual representation of things that motivate you. And what motivates me is seeing successful Black people, and up here I don't see that a lot. I know they're here. I'm not saying they're not here. I'm not saying if you're in New York you're not going to be successful if you're Black. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when I see these people at these nice restaurants, people in positions of power, people, CEOs, all these like business owners and stuff up here, they're all white. And I am not so much used to that, because in Charlotte it was a mixture. Like, yeah, the higher up you got, it did get more and more and more and more and more whitewashed, because those were wider spaces. But Charlotte has a big population of very successful Black people, and I love it. I love seeing it, and I realize how much I took it for granted now that I don't see that. So does Atlanta. From every time I've been up there and what I see on Instagram and everything, I just see a lot of successful Black people coming out of Atlanta. According to my friends, DC is a hub for successful Black people. I like spaces like that. I like spaces like that where I see us doing the damn thing. I love that. And up here I don't really get so much of that, and so I'm just kind of like not really all the way my vibe. I'm really big on being in spaces and putting myself in spaces where I see successful Black people, because those are the spaces I want to be in. Those are the spaces I want to be in. I don't want to be in spaces where I have to conform and be something else and put on a show in order to make my way into that space. I want to be in the space that accepts me, and the space that motivates me, and that I feel good, and that I feel like, wow, like this is a beautiful place to be in, and that the successful Black people is my happy place. And I don't see that so much up here. So as for pros though, there is a lot to do up here. There's a lot of ways to make money in New York, between the pop-up life, between restaurants, bars, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of ways to make money up here, which has been awesome. There's a lot of stuff that goes on up here. Like there's like parades, festivals, shows get filmed up here. Yeah, I think that would probably be all on my pros list. As for everything else, I'm over it, and I'm pretty ready to go actually. So, and people warn me, and they warn me, and they warn me, and they warn me. I'm very hard-headed. I know, I'm just very hard-headed. And I'm one of those people who I have to see it for myself. So now that I've got it out of my system and I've seen it for myself, on one end I got family and friends telling me that, you know, oh, you need to stay longer, you're not really giving it that much of a shot, like that's not a fair chance, you've only been there for 4 months. And then on the other end, I'm just really ready to go. Yeah, I really think I want to do Atlanta next. I really think I would love Atlanta a lot. And that's number one on my list of places to go next. So we will see you guys. I'll keep everybody updated. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, sorry if it kind of seems like I'm just complaining. I'm really not trying to be on here like just complaining. It's just, this is my honest impression of New York so far. It's not really for me living wise. To visit, hell yeah, it's so lit, but living wise, I'm not really impressed. So yeah, so that's it for this video. I will see you guys in my next one. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I will see you guys.